That was a good session. Marked difference between when I started and after. Just that 25-minute beginner's UPA yoga session is what we call it. Because before, listen, I overate yesterday at like 4 p.m. It was healthy stuff, but I just kept on eating. I must have been a quarter cup to a half a cup of tahini with carrots. I just kept on munching. And the thing is, when your stomach expands, it gives you this illusion that you have more and more space. And so I've been lethargic since then. You know, you pay the price. You pay the price. And so, not a huge deal, but, you know, it's very interesting what to do when you're not perfect, right? So we're not going to be perfect. But the question is, when we're not perfect, do you let it kind of like stop you from doing your good routines? Or do you keep on doing your good routines to help remedy your mess up? You know, I used to actually get discouraged and skip my yoga because I overate. And so then that starts like a negative snowball. You don't want the negative snowball, because what you need is a positive snowball. What you need is habits and activities and mindsets that encourage you to do more positive mindsets, habits, and activities. And so for the longest time, I would let my bad habits actually create the negative snowball. And I'm learning more and more to not judge any negative habit that I engage in, whether it was eating a little bit too much or eating the wrong thing, or it could even be something as simple as feeling like you're not getting out and socializing enough. That's kind of how I felt too, and one would lead to another, and then you feel bad about that. You feel FOMO. I overate, and then I isolated, and now I have FOMO. Oh my God. So you need a way to break these negative snowballs. And what I found is that yoga actually is a powerful, energetic way to put a stop to that. Because it changes your energy, like what I just did over there. It changes your energy. And you can stop that snowball, and you can push it the other way. And it might take more effort when you have that negative snowball, if you have a lot of negative habits, right? So another big taboo topic that a lot of people don't want to talk about is pornography. But pornography is actually a huge negative snowball, because it steals away so much of your energy, and it puts you into this altered brain state that makes it very difficult to not go after all your cravings. So it's this negative snowball that lends itself to more negative snowballs. So what I found that I would have chunks of my life, different years that I would go through where I would struggle more with the temptation. And that's just going to be based on what I was eating, how much yoga I was able to do, and what my priorities were in life. So if I was feeling like my main priority is really to like explore dating, then obviously I'd be thinking more about that. The places that I go, the women that I see, you get more or less tempted. That, and if I'm eating meat, then that increases my lust. That, and if I'm letting myself even peek at little, it's like soft porn on the internet. It's everywhere. If you let yourself peek, if you let yourself think, if you let yourself even just look day to day at women in a certain way, then of course you're going to create that temptation, and then all of a sudden you're kind of sucked into this different vortex. And God forbid, if you start actually watching that stuff, then that's changing your brain. And then if you, God forbid, spill your seed, then you're even releasing and getting even more of your energy stolen. So it becomes a huge problem, and it can be a problem for women too. It's not just guys. I know a lot of women massage therapists watch this channel too. This is real talk, everybody. This is not high school. We're adults. We can talk about stuff like this. So it changes everybody's brain, and it changes our perception. And really, we don't want to be in that mode, especially with our clients, because sexual misconduct and even just having those thoughts can get you into a lot of trouble. It really can. It can get you into a lot of trouble. And so you don't want to mess around with that. You want to have a good reputation. You don't want to have any of those weird energies. You don't want to attract clients like that are going to tempt you. You don't want to mess around with that. That can ruin your life. Actually, in massage school, we had a story of a particular guy. His name was John. Dishonoring the name of John. But he would go to people's houses, which is what we're into, right? Getting private clients. He would go to people's houses, and he met this one lady, and he started going to her house, and they had a great relationship. But something led to another, and she accused him of sexual misconduct. And he had this great practice, great reputation, and all of a sudden now, he's getting sued. He's on house arrest, and he's giving up his massage license. And he fought the claim. He said, this isn't even true. I'm not guilty, but it still ruined his life. So you don't even want to attract the people into your realm that would accuse you of that. You want to be completely faultless. And so that's the level of mastery that a lot of times people struggle with, right? Real talk. You're touching people every day. You have hormones. I found that the science of yoga and being very observative helps you transform those energies into what you want it to be, into creativity. It lets you transform it into brain activity, not body, hormone, sexual activity. You can transform the energies in your body to whatever you want. So as long as I was taking my turmeric and neem, which actually converts the sperm into ojas, which is the highest level of physical process that you can have in your body that can transform into any cellular process that you need. It's kind of like the cream off the top of the milk. Well, you can transform your sexual energy if you take the turmeric and neem. Something very simple. Sadhguru talks about that, and that's very well known in the Ayurvedic sciences. So of course, everything that we do with our mind and our intent makes a huge difference too. But doing the sadhana, doing the hatha yoga, doing the kriyas, the breath work, all of these little things make a huge difference in how the energy is functioning and lets you create inspiration. You can create inspiration. If you're thinking in the morning, I want to create inspiration, motivation, creativity, that's what the energy will do. See, the sadhana and all the yoga, it morphs you. It makes you malleable so that you can use your energy how you want. You can use your body how you want. And it will go wherever you're intending it to go, consciously or subconsciously. So just wanted to share that with you. Really, really feeling much better. Stomach doesn't feel as heavy. Felt a nice, beautiful, healing energy. And what I'm going to do is today, I want to bring you guys those practices, those 6 practices that I just did. They take like 5 minutes each. And you can chop it up and do it in between your day, whenever you want. And what it'll do is give you amazing energy, decrease your stress by really giving you a sweet perspective on your day, really giving you a nice energy during your day. It just lights you up. It just makes you smooth. It makes you more pleasant to be around. Even just these 5 or 6 practices that take 5 minutes each. So it's for a beginner because low time investment, very easy to learn. And so I'm excited to start sharing these. I'm gonna make a tutorial, a voiceover, and make a PDF, and you guys can get that so that you can start learning the yoga that really is a savior to me. It's a savior to me in so many different ways. When I was dealing with fatigue, it helped me get out of that hellhole of fatigue. When I was dealing with overeating, it helps me push that negative snowball back, and I'm doing much better. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. And it helps me reverse that negative momentum. We're gonna have negative momentum, but it helps you reverse it, and you have hope that you can become the master of it. So now, I'll leave you with this. This is just the cutest little flower. I'm sorry I had to pick you, but oh, that is so adorable. That is so fresh. It's amazing. It's so beautiful. Oh my God. It's so beautiful. The white little adorable petals. It's so cute and dainty. It's so amazing. There's so many of them. Anyway, what was I saying? Man, did you just steal my attention, you little flower? You little rascal. What was I saying? I had something really good I wanted to tell you guys. Was it about the yoga? Was it about the momentum? Was it about the eating? Oh yes, the eating! So if you also have problems with overeating, what I'm going to experiment with today that I'm excited about, I just got this idea while we were meditating, is that instead of eating 2 big meals, we're going to space them out into 4 mini meals. So instead of having 3 mangoes like yesterday, which brought me down a little bit, we're going to fight this overeating tendency by having 1 mango, wait 90 minutes, have another mango, wait 60 to 90 minutes, have another mango, wait 60 to 90 minutes. Now we can have a mini salad. I'm going to pack it in the size that I want. We're going to go to Miami Beach. It's going to be all that I have. You can't overeat when you use that strategy. You pack it into a container like a lunchbox, and you don't give yourself the option to isolate, to just go into the cave and just keep on going back to the stash of food. That's what I did. That's what I did yesterday. So that's what I'm strategizing. These little things are important. These little things are what create your energy, create your habits, create your personality, create your liveliness or not. So it's worthy to give strategy. It's worthy to give thought to. Oh, someone opened a little Pokemon card back here. That's fun. I don't see a garbage around. I'll still take it. So, yeah, all this stuff is worthy to think about, and we're going to be implementing that strategy even more, because I always found that when I travel and I have my pre-packed food and I eat the portion and only that portion, I don't have access to the stash and I'm not isolated, naturally I just eat the right amount because my body knows, look, I gotta walk around, I gotta talk, I can't like go into hibernation mode. Like that's what I did. I ate so much I was like a bear. Just went into hibernation mode because you're alone. So don't be alone if you have an overeating problem. Give yourself something to do after. Pack it in a pre-sized container, and that'll really help you not overeat. And then just tell yourself, you know, if you're eating a very small meal, in 90 minutes to 2 hours I can eat another one. It'll change your life. You know, I've been strategizing and trying to deal with this for years, so I kind of know what works and what doesn't. So just wanted to share that. Now we're gonna continue our yoga routine, And you know, the other thing about this strategy real quick is just that if you keep the meals light, then you can actually practice yoga throughout the day after it gets out of the stomach. So let's say I eat my first mango, 90 minutes later, I can practice yoga. And so I'm gonna spread my yoga out throughout the day. Instead of having a huge session, getting super hungry, being like, wow, I did so much, time to eat like a king. I'm gonna spread it out a little bit more, chop it up. Chop up the food, chop up the yoga, spread it out, keep myself in this nice, smooth state all day long. We'll see how it goes, okay? There is definitely something to be said about having a nice, long sadhana session. You can meditate and get much deeper with it, but we're gonna try this out. It's all about experiments. Remember, the mad scientist mindset is if you want to get very efficient, you have to do a lot of experiments, observe what happens, see what works, put it to the test, and get feedback. So that's what we're going to be doing. And by the way, isn't this just a beautiful place to do yoga? It's been wonderful. Love finding different places to do the sadhana. So let me chop this up, and I'll get back with you soon.